want to give you a bonus video on another cool kind of regression plot that Seaborn has included. It's actually called an LM plot, short for linear model. So let me just go ahead and show you how to do that from this cool scatterplots notebook. Okay, so we're going to have our standard imports. All right, so get in the habit of those. Go ahead and type them in. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Import Seaborn as SNS. I'm getting ahead of myself. SNS.set. And then it's SNS.lm for linear model plot. Now, this is a different kind of a Seaborn plot, so do it a little bit differently. So for X, if we type in like ftemp, okay, and then Y equals, just note I'm not putting df here intentionally, count. You actually need to do it separately. This is the original way that Seaborn did it. Then you call the data, because I don't like when they show all this and I can't see what I'm doing. Data equals df, okay? And again, this is our data frame has already been defined as the bike rentals data set from the last video in the collection of cool scatter plots. Okay. Now, what else do we have? We're going to do this, the go ahead and use the scattered keywords. And that's going to include both. It's a dictionary, so you got to put in dictionary. Alpha, get about 0.5. And we're going to do a size about 150. And okay, I didn't do the plt.fix size, but if you do aspect equals 2, that's a start. And frankly, we'll do height equals 10. Okay, so again, the sizing is just done differently here, okay? And then plt.show, let's see what we get. Yeah, you can catch the error here. This is, I got one of these before. Invalid syntax, but it looks okay. Maybe not if you're not used to it. But it's missing that comma, okay? Okay, that looks nice. Now, looks good, right? I mean, looks clean, actually. Looks clean on the output, which is nice. Instead of like having to save the figure. But there's something cool we can do. You ready? The reason why I'm showing you this is because you can add a hue. Let's look at weekday. Okay. So what that's going to do is going to allow us to change the color based on the weekday. Okay, let's see what happens. Forgot the comma again. Whoa. Okay. So this is a step. Look at the colors, that's just too much. So you can do color palettes. And that's what we're going to do here. And you can add it in as its own thing. So let's do a palette. And palettes, you can do something like blues. Well, that's really cool. If you just guess something like wild green, that's wrong. They tell you all the palettes you can use. Okay, it's actually one of my best ways to get the palettes. I do an intentional error to see them. So blues is a palette. I'm going to do blues here. You could pick another one. Will it make a difference? You betcha. Look at that. Look at that. I think that's great. It's showing, it's revealing that, look at the key down here. Darker is the weekend, right? More people are renting on the weekend when it's higher temperature. That's what this is showing us. Not so when it's lower temperatures, right? Because you got people doing it during the work week. So that looks great. Only other change I want to make, these shaded lines overlapping, I think, are too much. It's the confidence interval, which is super cool that they have it. You can put it to none, comma. Get used to the comma. And when you do that, it's going to disappear. So let's try that. There we go. I think that's just a gorgeous graph. Looks good here. I encourage you to save the output on your own using the techniques that we've gone over. But this is how you can actually use hue on your regression lines. And note what it does. It gives you different regression lines. So that's just really cool. You do need to, I believe, do it like this using ILM-plot, which stands for linear model. And then note the slight difference, which will work also in the other SNS style where you you separate the data in the quotes. And also note this. There's some little differences, right? The aspect and height are here. Palettes or something you'll see again later. Confidence interval to get rid of the lines, and then other than that, it's which is a lot. It's regular Seaborn graphing. This, though, I think shows kind of the beauty of Seaborn. So there you have it.